Welcome to This Explainer. If you really think about the complex systems that keep our modern lives running, like fresh produce reaching grocery stores, parts arriving at assembly lines, or those online orders landing at our doorsteps magically on time, it's all made possible by carefully planned transportation networks. Transport professionals, fleet owners, and 3PL providers, you guys are literally the invisible engineers of modern life. But here's the stark reality we're facing. As global expectations shift toward, well, crazy speed and flawless precision, those old playbooks are just failing. Traditional systems are stretched to their absolute limits right now against these modern speed demands. And that brings us to a really critical question. Take a second and ask yourself, do your logistics rely on gut instincts, or are they powered by digital intelligence? The stakes here are incredibly high. Adopting technology isn't just a fun way to get ahead anymore. It's absolutely essential for survival and growth in this fast-paced industry. Okay, let's dive into this. Here is our roadmap for shifting logistics operations from reactive firefighting to proactive profitability. We'll cover the modern transporter's dilemma, driving digital transformation, intelligent fleet and tracking, automation and route optimization, the connected business ecosystem, and wrap up with the future of logistics. All right, Section 1, the modern transporter's dilemma, navigating chaos. Let's unpack the extreme pressure and operational pain points that are really bogging down transporters today. For the longest time, the transportation business has run on physical logbooks, endless phone calls, and honestly, just gut instinct. We still see operators jotting down trip costs on paper or typing them into completely disconnected spreadsheets, just kind of praying the file doesn't crash. But contrast that outdated reliance against today's global demands. The modern economy expects flawless precision and speed. When everything in your workflow relies on manual coordination, even a tiny spike in workload causes absolute chaos, delays, and miscommunication.
These daily operational bottlenecks are probably a little too familiar. Scaling your operations is practically impossible when you've got disconnected workflows. I mean, think about limited visibility. Every client call turns into a panicked, "Where is my load?" And when you're managing multiple client rate cards manually, it is way too easy to make billing errors or just forget to charge for extra waiting time. On top of all that, having scattered or incomplete compliance paperwork literally risks serious vehicle detentions at checkpoints. It's a nightmare.
Section 2, driving digital transformation, re-engineering operations. Let's look at the solution to these bottlenecks and how moving away from scattered data toward a cohesive digital framework changes everything. This powerful quote from our source material really hits the nail on the head. The future of robust and reliable supply chains hinges on a fundamental re-engineering of transport operations. It's not just about slapping a digital Band-Aid on things, it's about fundamentally re-engineering how you work. Adopting this kind of technology improves your overall operational control and creates a much more connected, resilient ecosystem. So what's at the heart of this? It's the Transportation Management System, or TMS. A cloud-based TMS is a total game changer because it eliminates paper tickets completely. Instead of juggling phone calls, dispatchers can see available vehicles and assign loads with just a couple of clicks. Plus, it acts as a master hub for pricing, automatically applying the correct client rate cards for every single trip. That right there prevents the messy billing errors we were just talking about. This table brilliantly illustrates the transformation we're talking about. Look at the stages: booking, dispatching, billing. With manual processes, these are incredibly tedious, error-prone tasks. But with digital order and dispatch management, everything shifts. You get accelerated turnaround times, priority trips are flagged instantly, and billing logic is totally automated. You're suddenly doing so much more with the exact same resources. Moving on to Section 3, intelligent fleet and tracking, total visibility. This is all about the critical technologies that actually keep your fleet moving efficiently and legally. Managing a fleet is way more than just sending vehicles out on the road. Smart fleet management brings everything into one unified dashboard. It's about minimizing idle time, scheduling predictive maintenance before a truck breaks down, and managing fuel efficiency. And crucially, it ensures your compliance documents, like road tax and pollution certificates, are tracked and audit-ready at a moment's notice. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the sheer contrast. We're looking at the old way, endlessly tracing shipments through frantic, ignored phone calls, versus the new reality of live GPS links. With real-time GPS, you can share exact ETAs and live tracking links directly with your clients. It completely changes the dynamic. It stops the endless check-in calls and instantly builds transparency and trust. Section 4, Automation and Route Optimization, Working Smarter. Let's shift our focus to how software directly impacts travel time and slashes administrative bloat. Optimization and automation capabilities are where you see immediate ROI. Route optimization software actively lowers your operating costs and reduces fuel consumption, but the automation tools are just incredible. Think about electronic lorry receipts, or ELR, and electronic proof of delivery. These tools auto-generate GST-compliant invoices the second a trip finishes. You completely remove the need to wait days for drivers to return with crumpled, coffee-stained physical papers just so you can get paid. And with alerts for fleet documents, nothing ever slips through the cracks. All of this interconnected software gives you the ultimate superpower: data-driven decision-making. You're transforming raw shipment metrics and fleet analytics into proactive, profitable insights. When you utilize this operational performance data, you, as a decision maker, can optimize your resource use. Basically, you stop leaving money on the table. Section 5, the connected business ecosystem, putting it together. Let's transition into how all these individual tools aren't just one-off band-aids, but actually interconnect to build a massive, powerful machine. Let's move to and see how this builds step by step. It starts with your TMS right at the core. That feeds into your fleet management, which relies on real-time GPS. That visibility allows for route optimization and automation. All of that combined generates incredible analytics, which finally leads us to step 6, sustainable business growth. It's a literal chain reaction from a single software implementation to overarching, scalable growth. Section 6, the future of logistics, tangible outcomes. Let's wrap up by looking at the ultimate impact this has on your bottom line and your industry reputation. The core business outcomes here speak for themselves. We're looking at dramatically improved operational efficiency, much higher fleet utilization, and seriously reduced transportation costs. But maybe the biggest one, it's that stronger collaborative client trust. Upgrading your technology literally upgrades your business from being just a basic service provider into a highly valued, transparent partner in your client's supply chains. So the crucial point is this: integrated management solutions are strictly mandatory today. Digital transformation is no longer just a nice to have. It creates order from absolute chaos, keeps you sharp and reliable, and accelerates your operations when the stakes are at their highest. Which leaves us with this final, provocative thought. Are you ready to stop fighting fires and start innovating your intelligent logistical infrastructure? The industry's moving fast, and the time to adapt is right now. I really encourage you to dive into the source blog to explore customized digital solutions and take that first step toward modernizing your own operations. Thanks for hanging out with me for this explainer, and here's to a smarter, optimized future.